So now that we've seen the basic structure of an application in C, we're going to take a look at variables in C to better understand how we can declare variables and how we can generally work with variables inside of a program. Now there's a few different concepts that we're going to have to discuss as we talk about variables. This is going to focus mostly on the basic ideas of variables, so declaring like typed variables, initializing data, printing out the variables, this type of idea. And then we'll have another video that talks more about pointers, which is a bit more of a complex topic related to variables and data storage in C. So let's start off by talking about the basics of variables. So to create a variable in C, what you have to do is you have to provide a type and a name. So like int length could be a variable. I can declare multiple variables of the same type by putting a comma like this. So this gives me two variables, length and width, and they're both integers. Now when we create variables, you'll notice that we don't have to initialize a value for them. We can just declare a name and they'll be given some sort of initial value. So I can have like a floating point number. We have double as well, which is similar to a floating point. So let me just explain each of these types in a bit more detail. We have integers, which are integer values, so they have no decimal component, they're just whole numbers. We have floating point numbers, which are going to be decimal values. And specifically, it's going to be decimal values with 4 bytes of size and 7 decimal precision around. And then a double is going to have 8 bytes in size and 15 decimal precision. So there's basically 2 different decimal type of formats, and then there's an integer type of format as well. And those are the main sort of numeric types that we have available for us inside of C. So like I said, you don't really have to give these any sort of initial values, but it is best to initialize these variables in some sort of way. Just that way you know the value of the variable before you start to use them. So it's always good to, initialize these values as a best practice. So you can do this in 2 different ways. We could, of course, give them values after declaring them. So I could say like length equals 0, width equals 0, and then go on like this. Or I can declare it more inline. So I could do something like, and I'll just separate out the length and width variables to show you this. So I could have like length, let's say width like this. We could say length equals 0, just like this. So we could say length equals 0, for instance, maybe width equals 5. We just give them some sort of initial value associated with them at the time of declaration. Now for floating point numbers, there's something kind of interesting to discuss. Although these are just decimal values, we have to do something special when we give them a value. Instead of just putting the decimal value, we have to also put an F at the end of it. The reason for this is because by default, C will take a look at any decimal value and assume that it's a double type rather than a floating point type. So if we want to declare it as a floating point type, we have to put that F, that way it's interpreted as a float rather than a double. And just to remind you, the main difference of that is the size and precision, right? So floating points are smaller with less precision compared to doubles, which are larger with more precision. And if you're thinking about the different ways to use these, of course, if you know that your number is going to fit within 4 bytes, then a float is going to work well for that purpose. If you know that you need more space, then you can use a double instead. So when we declare a floating point, we put the F. When we declare a double, we don't put the F because it's automatically interpreted as a double. We only need the F when it's floating point to interpret it as a floating point value. Now the final sort of piece here is how do we print these values out? How do we actually display them? So the way that we print these values out is we still use printf like before. The main difference being is that we have to provide what's called a format string for the variable. So to print an integer value, we put %d, and then we put the variable that we want to print as an argument for this function. So what's going to happen is it's going to replace the %d with length. And let me show you that this actually works. I'll use width as an example because it's currently initialized to 5. If I come over to my compiler and I compile together, I think I called this first.c. Or sorry, I called it start.c. So it'd be start.c, and I'll output it as start. When I run this, you'll see that it prints out 5. Now notice it didn't give me the new line character. I can put the new line character in just doing /d or /n like this. And if I recompile and rerun this, you'll see that a bit more clear. See, we get 5 printed out. So this is the way that we can print out values. And the nice part about doing things this way actually is that I can put text in as well as the actual thing that I'm printing. So I could say the width is %d like this. What's going to happen is C is going to replace the %d with this integer value here. And I could put multiple. I could say the length is this, the width is this, the length is, and then put %d. And then I could provide length as an argument for this. So I could put a comma, then I could put length like this. And then what's going to happen is the first one goes into the first here. So width goes into this %d, and then length is going to go into this %d. So it just matches it 1 to 1 like that. So when you see this, the result, when I go ahead and compile and print this, you'll see I get the length is, or the width is 5, the length is 0. So notice it just matches them up 1 to 1. Last sort of idea here is how we print out floating point and double values. Both of these use the following. It uses %f as their format string. So I could say %f speed. And what you'll see is when I do this, it will print out that, I have to recompile, of course, and then print. And you can see, I'll just clear this to make it a bit more clear. We get 2.5. Now notice how we get all these decimals at the end of it, right? We get all these, trailing zeros. What's nice about this ability to do a format string is we can actually specify how many decimal points we want to show. So if I want to show 2 decimal points, I would do 0.2 like this. So 0.2 means 2 decimal values. And when I run this now, we'll compile it here and run it. You see we get 2.5, it only gets 2 decimals because I specified that in the format string. Now, of course, similarly, and I'll just show you this like in the basic version as well, we can do volume. So I could say volume like this, which is a double. When I run this code, and you know what, here, I'm gonna put the new line in as well, just to make it easier to read. So we'll put in the new line, and then I'm gonna go ahead and compile that, and then run it. And we get a similar sort of result, right? 2.5 like that. And again, I could do the same sort of formatting with this. Same sort of rules apply for double. So I do like 0.2. And then we get this result here, where it just gives us the 2 decimal values. So this gives you a really basic idea of declaring variables in C. Now, you'll notice that I've sort of, not really discussed much about characters or strings. We need a little bit more context in order to understand how to do characters and strings in C. So I'm going to leave those for now, and we'll revisit that as we continue on learning about C. It's helpful to understand the ideas of pointers before you look at strings. So we'll discuss that as we continue on through this course as well. So thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.